Standing up for basic democracy instead of other basic forms of government. Hi, I'm Brian Lilley, political columnist for the Toronto Sun. Irwin Cotler is a longtime parliamentarian, before that an academic and a lawyer, and someone who has spent his life devoted to the cause of parliamentary democracy. It's why he is receiving the Churchill Society's award for the advancement of parliamentary democracy in Toronto this week. Irwin Cotler is a longtime Liberal MP. From 1999 until 2015, he represented the riding of Town of Mount Royal. He served in the cabinet of Paul Martin. And you might think that a conservative columnist like myself and a Liberal MP or former Liberal MP like Irwin Cotler would have little in common. And yet, this is someone that I've grown to know and admire over the years. First met him when he was a local MP for me, and I was a local reporter in Montreal and got to cover him as a cabinet minister in the Martin government, and then for a long time as a critic and a backbench MP on the Liberal benches while they were in opposition. Cotler is someone who has devoted his life for something that I stand for as well, and that is standing up for fundamental human rights and freedoms, including those of political prisoners. And that's where we started our discussion recently on the issue of why he is devoted to the cause of standing up for the rights and freedoms of people in countries that are less democratic than our own.
Well, I think we are at this point at an important historical inflection point. We're witnessing as we meet, a resurgent global authoritarianism. It's finding expression in the oppressive actions of Russia, China, Iran, to name three, the backsliding of democracies, assaults on the rules-based international order, and political prisoners.
Now, Cotler is someone who has seen a lot over the years, fighting for the rights of Black political prisoners in South Africa, fighting against the oppression of people in Burma, now Myanmar, fighting against the oppression of people in Tibet, fighting against the oppressions of people around the world. What does he see as the big issue right now? We've got Russia, we've got China, we've got Iran, we've got the World Cup going on in Qatar. Is there one area that he sees as being worse than the other, or are they interconnected? Interestingly, he finds connections between three of the worst abusers of human rights on the planet.
I think there is a global struggle of democracy and autocracy. I tend to call it now not only a resurgent global authoritarianism, but in fact an intersecting one. When you take the trilogy of Russia, China, and Iran, unfortunately, Russia's invasion of Ukraine is being supported by drones from Iran and by political support from Xi Jinping's China. So it's important, therefore, for the community of democracies to act in concert.
Now, of course, while the West likes to lecture the rest of the world on human rights, we are not perfect. And that is actually one of our strengths. We will admit that we have problems. We will try and correct them. One of the ongoing problems is anti-Semitism in our society. We don't have to look south of the border. We can see it in our own politics. We can see it within political parties in this country. And Cotler, who was raised in Jewish Montreal, describes why this should be of concern for all of us, whether you are Jewish or not.
One of the things that has concerned me is not only that we are experiencing, as we meet, the highest level ever of anti-Semitic incidences since audits of anti-Semitism were started over 40 years ago. And that's true not just in Canada, but globally, whether you look at the Anti-Defamation League in the US or UK or France, not only the highest levels of anti-Semitism, not only the highest levels of hate crimes targeting Jews or incendiary hate on the internet, but what really has been concerning me is what I call the increasing mainstreaming, normalizing legitimation of anti-Semitism in the political culture, the popular culture, the media culture, the sports culture, as we've witnessed of late, and even in the campus culture, and the absence of outrage.
He is absolutely right on that front, and that is why I stand firmly against anti-Semitism, and why I'm always proud to stand with Irwin Cotler. Even when he and I disagree, he's someone that you can actually have a discussion with, exchange points with. He understands the word parliament, not just as a place, but as an active discussion, as a way of figuring out how to attack the problems in the world, how to find solutions, rather than just yelling past each other. Let me know what you think. Drop a comment down below. Share this on social media. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel.